All right, let's now turn our attention back to the polls that are presently underway in Bangladesh, where almost over 100 million people are in fact casting their vote. It is a very crucial election, and the incumbent Prime Minister is looking for a third straight term back in the office. And to discuss more on this and what the implications are and as to how the polling process has progressed so far through the day, we are joined in by Bangladesh's Information Minister, Mr. Hasanul Haq, who's in fact joining us over the phone line. Mr. Haq, thank you very much indeed for joining us on this broadcast on Wion. Let me begin by asking you this. This is a very important election for Bangladesh, and what we've seen since this morning is that there have been sporadic instances of clashes that have been reported between the workers of the Awami League and of the BNP, which has also resulted in the deaths of almost about 8 people. What is the situation right now on the ground there, sir?
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. The concern shown by foreign quarters and certain quarters about the election has been proved wrong. The elections are very peaceful with some stray incidents here and there. There are more than 40,000 centers, polling centers, where more than 10 crore plus voters are casting their votes. So our position is a very peaceful, jubilant, euphoric elections, and the people are in a very festive mood. A huge turnout at the centers, and my observation is that the BNP, Jamaat and Okko Front, the alliance, has failed to keep their rank and file under their command. So the whole Okko Front, BNP, Jamaat has lost their grip and control over their workers. The workers and the supporters of BNP, Jamaat, Okko Front are straight openly mingling with the Mahajot supporters and casting their vote in favor of Nauka.
Okay, you're saying that the election process is going on peacefully by and large, but sir, there are reports, disturbing reports of these clashes in which 8 people are said to have lost their lives. Are these just stray incidents, or is there a pattern of one-upmanship between the ruling party's workers and the workers of the opposition party?
It's a really stray incident, because out of 40,000 centers, hardly 10 centers have been having problems. And this sudden attack is a sort of covert militant attack on the Mahajot, and clashes with the Mahajot and Front workers in certain, say, remote areas. So the normal election, as reports are pouring in by the mass media, they are very clearly showing that the elections are very peaceful in a festive mood.
All right. You say the elections are very peaceful, and also, Kamal Hussain, the face of the opposition right now in Bangladesh, he cast his vote earlier this morning, and then he addressed the media where he claimed that there are instances of rigging being attempted. He said that ballot boxes are being stuffed in by bogus votes. What is your reaction to that?
Well, Kamal Hussain is testifying that out of 40,000 centers, only five centers he is complaining. So naturally, the 99% plus centers are having peaceful elections.
But do you concede that in those instances where, like Kamal Hussain is alleging that this has happened, has it really happened?
Well, the reports are, I am now 250 kilometers away from the capital city, in my village electoral area. So reports are pouring in, but the election commission has stopped certain polling centers, stopped elections in certain polling centers. So the election commission is very much aware of the situation and taking administrative measures. So I think it is the allegations have been addressed. properly.
Okay, you say the allegations have been addressed. And also, Mr. Hassanullah, Bangladesh this time round is in fact using electronic voting machines for the first time in about 6 constituencies. Your take on this, sir? Will Bangladesh be making a transition away from ballot papers to electronic voting machines perhaps by next election?
Well, it's too early to comment on that. He said that's setting an example and to make electronic machines familiar with the voters. But 5 years, okay, long time. So I think next elections, Bangladesh will be more digitized. And we are hoping that it may go on the electronic voting mechanism.
Okay, and my last question to you, Mr. Haq, before I let you go, is the fact is, in the last general elections in 2014, the Bangladesh Nationalist Party and Khalida Zia had chosen to boycott the polls, and therefore the Awami League and Sheikh Hasina had virtually got a sort of a walkover. But this time round, the Bangladesh Nationalist Party is in fact contesting the elections. Although Khalida Zia is presently in prison over charges of corruption, Kamal Hussain has in fact emerged as the consensus leader amongst the opposition. How easy do you think will the task be for your government to in fact prove to the people of Bangladesh that despite having been in power for about 10 years now, that Awami League and Sheikh Hasina is still the leader to vote for?
Well, Sheikh Hasina has already addressed his future plans on behalf of the Mahajot that the next agenda will be very much to clear the last debris of left by the religious fundamentalist parties and military rule. The second and third areas of concern will be or will address is corruption and good governance. So he has already addressed these issues: corruption, good governance, and economic exploitation.
Okay, and also
issues will be there.
Absolutely, those 3 issues. And also, Mr. Hassanullah, by evening the votes will be counted. So by tomorrow morning, we expect that the results will be out. What is the realistic number that you think your party will in fact be winning?
As the trends are showing now, I think the Mahajot may go for a landslide victory, but I cannot predict on the numbers. But my feeling is the electoral trend is like the 1970 elections against the Pakistan.
All right.
Where Muslim League was routed, wiped out. So this time I think BNP Jamaat is going to be routed and wiped out like the 1970 elections against Pakistan.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed, Minister Hassanul Haq, for joining us from Dhaka and getting us those inputs. So you are pretty confident of a victory. You expect a landslide victory. But these instances, these stray instances of violence and also booth rigging that you say is being looked into, needs to be addressed in a very strong way, because this is a very crucial election in Bangladesh, and it remains to be seen as to which way things in fact pan out then.